Tonight, we are excited to have training with us one of our Raw Squad and friends, Miss Emily White of SLA Travel. She is an Evolution Silver consultant out of sunny Southern California by way of Los Angeles. She has been in the company for 26 months. Her business has been growing rapidly year after year, even through the pandemic. She shares success techniques with all of our Evolution's next new agents during Quick Start training. Now, that is a tongue tire for you. She definitely does a great job with the Quick Start training every Tuesday night. And today she's going to be sharing with us on how to promote and recruit now to boost your success. So, family, I need you to do me a great favor by locating the chat box, and I want you to help me welcome Emily to the line. Emily, are you available to take the call?
I am here. Thank you, Deidre. Thank you so much. I got to give it back to you as usual because you are always here. You're always so professional. I want to thank you because I try and aspire to be like you when I jump on the line. So thank you so much for that introduction.
Why, thank you. The call's all yours.
Hey family, hey family. So I'm a little nervous tonight. I don't know why, because I do the travel presentation at 5 o'clock tonight, and then I do the quick start at 7. But for some reason, at this 6 o'clock hour right now, I'm a little nervous because I am going to share some personal information with you. Not only will you be getting information on how to recruit, but how to tell your story. And I'm going to tell a little bit of my story, what happened to me today. So, many of you that know me know that I also work for USC. Through this pandemic, I'm an operations manager for USC, and my job is wholly and solely to make sure that the operations of the building and the facilities are working well. But because we are working remotely, my job has kind of been tailored. And I've been so nervous that they were going to let me go, going to demote me because I'm not working in my full capacity during the pandemic. I got a message from my supervisor that said we need to talk about reclassifying your job, and I got super nervous. She told me that on Friday. The whole weekend I just nervous about this 2 o'clock meeting that I had with her today. And something this morning, I talked to Patrice like I do every morning. And Patrice, if you guys all know her, she is so motivating and uplifting. And I thank her for everything she said to me this morning. She said to me, "You got this. You have everything you need within you to be successful." Now, I've been telling Patrice for the last year and a half that I want to leave USC and I want to do this travel thing wholly and solely. I want that to be my only job. And for some reason, I got in the shower. I often pray in the shower. That's my prayer space. I got in the shower and I prayed and I told God, "Your will be done. Whatever you want, I'm following you." And I gave it to him. And I said to myself, this is his way of moving things out of my way so I can do exactly what I said I was going to do. But needless to say, I got on the 2 o'clock call today, and it wasn't even about that. She was apologizing to me about making me feel like I wasn't valuable, which was odd, but I gave it to God, and that is my story. I do 100% want to be an entrepreneur, want to be fully and 100% SLA travel and nothing else. And because of that, I started watching motivational um, videos today, and I found one that resonated with me, and I really wanted to share with you, my family. So I'm going to share this video. I know a lot of you probably have heard Les Brown talk before, but for some reason I felt this in my spirit to share with you. So I'm going to share my screen with all of you guys. I really want you guys all to what is it telling me, see this, because I believe it will help us all. Hang on one second. I'm having a few little minor issues. You guys are going to see all of my crazy. Uh-oh. Not that. So I'm going to share this with you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get exactly what I got out of it, and it helps you to recruit like we should be recruiting this year.
Take it away, my friend.
Thank you very much. It's a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be able to share a few moments. I know I'm in the presence of greatness. I want all of you to think about your goals and dreams right now. We're in a special place, a place we've never been before, but then we've been there because this is a very disruptive, distracting time. I want you to think about your goals and dreams, and whatever they are, I want you to raise the bar on yourself. And here's what I know about you, and I don't know you, I can't see you, that you have something special. You have greatness in you. And as you think about your goals and dreams, I want you to know that this is a calling, that the reason that you're here, the reason that you're listening, the reason that you've invested your time and effort in this place is because it's a calling. A job is something that you get paid for. A calling is something that you're made for. You have something in you that you love to help people. You have something in you that you said, I want to control my own destiny. Dr. Howard Thurman said, there's something in each and every one of us that waits and listens to the voice of the genuine in yourself. It be perhaps the only God you will ever have or hear. And if you cannot hear it all of your life, your days will be spent on the ends of strings that somebody else pulls. And I say to you that the reason that you're listening now, the reason that you've been listening to all of the various presentations, that you've decided, like Wayne Dyer said, to pull your own strings. And so I want to share with you why I became involved in multi-level marketing and what I consider a very powerful tool. And that is your story. I want you to write this down. Your story has value. That's your superpower. It was Steve Jobs. He said, the storyteller is the most powerful person in the world. I agree with that. I was born in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City, an abandoned building on a floor with my twin brother, Wesley. And when we were 6 weeks of age, we were foster kids, and then we became adopted. I'm here because of two women. One gave me life, the other one gave me love. God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, all that I am and all that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother. And when I think about how I got here, the role that multi-level marketing had, it gave me a chance to do something that was very important, that people need now more than ever before. The over 40 million people that have lost their jobs, the millions of people that are looking for a relief check that's already spent, the millions of people that are dreading going through an eviction or going through foreclosure, and that you are the answer. The 32% increase in the suicide rate can be reduced because you have an answer of how people, as these young millennials would say, to become their own boss. When I became involved in multi-level marketing, I wanted to be my own boss, just working on a job where they paid me just enough to keep me from quitting. And I worked just hard enough to keep from being fired. I got tired of that. That wasn't enough. I remember the day when I said, I'm leaving here. And everybody said, where are you going? I said, I don't know, but I'm leaving here. They had a song out, you about to make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Now, millions of people, 86% of Americans go into jobs that they hate. And at the same time, they hope they don't get fired. That's like seeing somebody you hate drive off a cliff in your car. You're glad they're gone, but not in my car. And so I wanted a new life. It takes courage to do that. You got to be hungry. I used to be so broke, I'd walk past the bank and trip the alarm. Creditors called the house and my children would answer the phone and say, my daddy say he ain't home. So I want you to think about your goals and dreams. And here's what I know. It's possible. Here's what I know, in spite of the coronavirus, in spite of the economy, in spite of what people say how bad things are, You know, it's been said that opportunity knocks on every door. No, opportunity stands by silently, waiting for you to recognize it. I brought something for you today. If you recognize it, it will take charge in your life. It will allow you to control your own personal economy. It would allow you to walk away from something where you're working just hard enough to keep from being fired, and they're paying you just enough to keep you from quitting. It will allow you to get a good night's sleep. How many of you want that? Raise your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. And so I want you to think about your goals and dreams, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to think and know and see it accomplished and saying, it's possible. I want you to hold a vision in your mind. My favorite book says, I'll give you all your eyes can see. I want you to see it accomplished. That's what we do. We help you to develop your mind. We help you to begin to expand your potential for the kind of life that you want to live. In this place, we help you live your greatest life. And here's the next thing is, don't worry about the economy. Dexter Yeager, who was an icon in multi-level marketing, he said, when the dream is big enough, the odds don't matter. I don't want you to think about the odds of what everybody else is going through. My favorite book says, be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Here's what I know based upon my experience in this place where I am right now, it's possible. Here's what I know. There are millions of people who are looking for you, that you provide a key for them to create the next greatest version of themselves. Here's the next thing. It's necessary. It's necessary that you increase your skill set, that you learn how to tell your story. The reason that Steve Jobs said the storyteller is the most powerful person in the world is because in order to do business with people, they're asking three questions. This is the attention economy. Who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? When you take the time to say who you are and what you have is an interest in them and helping them to live the next greatest expression of themselves. You are interested in allowing them to become, as Mother Teresa would say, to begin to write the next new chapter in their lives. Now they have a vested interest. Now you've created a committed listening because you're talking about something that deals with them. You're building a relationship. People they can smell residual breath. But when you ask questions and find out what's keeping them up at night, and you find out what's causing them to be stressed out, what becomes successful in multi-level marketing, one of the things I learned, especially in the speaking industry, it's governed by the philosophy of the Dale Carnegie course, which is a great course. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. No, here's what I learned in multi-level marketing. Never let what you want to say get in the way of what the people that you're talking to want to hear. In all thy getting, get understanding. Ask questions. Find out where they are. How people live their lives as a result of the story they believe about themselves. And when you learn how to tell your story, what you do is distract, dispute, and inspire. You distract them from their current story, what psychologists call their self-explanatory style. You break down their current belief system, and you inspire them to become a pencil in the hand of God and start telling a new chapter in their lives. You have something special. You have greatness in you, and you have a vehicle that can help people to live their dreams rather than their fears. You know, Zig talked about fear, and he used an acronym. He said, most people in a fearful situation, they forget everything and run. But there's a small number, and that's those of you that are watching, those of you that are network marketing professionals. You face everything and rise and help other people to do the same thing. Oh, it's possible when you become a part of this community. In order to make it today, you can't do it by yourself. One goose can fly 75% further in formation than it could ever fly by itself. You have got to work on your mind. You must have mental resolve. You must be hungry. You must be relentless. People that are hungry take no prisoners and eat the wounded. People that are hungry believe, always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. If you're serious and you're tired of just getting a check to pay the bills, if you are ready to live from a place of faith, faith is finding answers in your heart. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. And trust me on this one, faith not tested can't be trusted. This place where we are, God is still in charge. He said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. Oh, faith not tested can't be trusted. You got something special. You've got greatness in you. Many times when we are faced with a teeth rattling experience and the very foundation of our life has been shaken, we run to God only to discover that it's God that's doing the shaking. Faith not tested can't be trusted. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. You are more than a conqueror. It's your time. And this dream you have, it's possible. And you must decide that it's necessary. You must work on yourself to build up mental resolve and resiliency. You must realize that you will fail your way to success. I built my career on no, on negative people saying, oh, that must be some type of pyramid scheme, and walked away. But now they're trembling in their boots. Now they're searching for me. Oh, behave. Oh, this is your time. This is your moment. Oh, people need you now. The 40-40 plan is gone, where people can go to college and expect to graduate, work for 40 hours a week for 40 years, and then get 40% of a check that wasn't enough in the first place. This is your time. People know the job, the journey of the broke. That's over, baby. Oh, behave, whatever. Yes, this is your time. Your dream is possible. Yes. And it's necessary that you find quality people. OQP, bring me to that next point. You want to recruit people that are quality people. OQP, only quality people. When you work on your mind, be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And when you increase your skill set on how you tell your story, the ability to tell your story. Warren Buffett said, not being able to communicate is like winking at a woman in the dark. Nothing happens. Wow. This is your time. When you develop your communication skills, what you can do, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you, and your ability to recruit people, and your ability to bring out the people that on your team, the best in them, the ability to motivate and inspire them to go beyond their mental conditioning and adversities that they're now facing. Your ability to communicate will let people know what L.C. Robinson meant when he said things may happen around you and things may happen to you, but the only things that really count are the things that happen in you. This is your time. You were born for such a time as this. And you're bringing people into a community. We earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of our closest friends. When I found that out, I got all the broke people out my life. And you all gotta go. Y'all gotta go from here. No, I'll never be broke again. Oh, this gives you an opportunity to have a community of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships that can take you to a new level. You are now a part of an organization where you have leadership with integrity and vision that can take you to a place within yourself, because you can't read the label when you're locked in the box. Oh, this is your time. Oh, behave. Hello. You make me Randy, baby. So whatever you're doing now, I just want to say to you, you have something special. You have greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I will pause and end here. I did motivational events all over Columbus, Ohio to build my business. I held motivational events And the title of it was, You Gotta Be Hungry. And I would tell a story about how I became a disc jockey. I gave them value. I made them feel good. And I would stand at the door on one side and Robert Boyd, who brought me into Best Line Products on the other. And there was another company, Holiday Magic was around, and Glenn Turner, Dare to Be Great. And he would ask, why are you here? And I would ask different people, why are you here? A friend of mine was on a train going across Europe, and he said at different points, soldiers boarded the train and asked, why are you here? Where have you been? And where are you going? And those are three things that in building this business, you want to know. Why are you here? Nietzsche said, if you know the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow. And I would incorporate all of those various stories. You know, I just met Marvin, and he said he came tonight. He said he wasn't sure why, but he was invited. But I knew, looking in his eyes, I was looking in the eyes of greatness. I knew that he had in mind something he wanted to do for his wife. He became a very spiritual young man, been married 15 years. And when he saw his wife, he became very spiritual. He said, the Lord is my shepherd. I see what I want. And now he wants to do something special for her. And we have the vehicle that can make that happen. And so during the presentation, there's no saying you can take a horse to the water, you can't make him drink. However, if you know how to communicate strategically, know how to tell your story to transform the audience individually and collectively, you can create a thirst where they want to drink. And by doing that, in a very short time, we brought in a lot of people, a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it very much when I was doing it. And then one of the great things about multi-level marketing is contributed to who I am. The self-development component, it helps you to see the value of working on yourself. Earl Nightingale said that you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. Jim Rohn said, when the end comes for you, let it find you conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. Zig Ziglar, oh, Zig, if you give enough people what they want, they will give you what you want. Bill Bailey from Best Line Products. Oh my goodness, all the different people that I listened to over the years caused me to be who I am now. All the motivational cassette tapes that I listened to. Oh man, it helped me to accomplish some things. It introduced me to this Les Brown that you now see that I didn't know. You have something special. You have greatness in you. There are people who need your voice. You are a messenger of hope. And when there's hope in the future, that gives you power in the present. You have something special. You have a structure. You have leadership. And you have a process, a bridge that people can cross and meet a part of themselves that they don't know. You have something special. You can motivate people to rob the cemetery of their greatness, of their gifts, of their abilities, of their leadership. Rob the cemetery of the greatness that they brought to the planet. You have something special. You have greatness in you. My name is Les Brown. I'm Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. And Eric and Marina Worry's pride and joy. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's right.
So family, as you can see, this is why it resonated so much with me. I want to leave that job, that just over broke. I want to make my own way, and Evo has given me that way to make it. We always talk about your why. Define your why till it makes you cry. He asked 3 questions. Why are you here? Where have you been and where are you going? That's your why. If you can answer those questions and make you cry, you're in the right place. You have greatness in you, as Les Brown always says. You are my only quality people, my OQP. And I'm so grateful for this family and this community that we have. I'm going to shut up now because I'm going to get all teary eyed. So, Deidre, I'm going to give this back to you.
Wow, family, wasn't that just on time? I mean, no matter where you are in your business or what you're doing, I'm sure something that Les said, something that Emily said, brought you to that point of really thinking about your story. So, we want you to do a couple things because tonight we promised that we were going to be strong, and now look, we are not long, but that does not mean that your assignment is over because you're going to have some time, about 30 minutes, that you would have been sitting on this call. And instead of running off doing something different, what we want you to do is take this next 30 minutes that you had already set aside in your calendar for tonight's training and put it into action. Start working on your story. Start answering those questions. Start figuring out what it is that is your answer to why are you here? Where have you been? And where are you going? I want you to not run from this. Take the time tonight while you have this time that you would have been actively taking notes and make your own notes. Write your own story tonight so that starting tomorrow or even later tonight, you will have the opportunity to come across someone and share that story. Emily, we thank you for opening up with your story as well, because as she mentioned, we're a family. And so, for those of you who are a little nervous, you've got family members that will help you, that will be a sounding board. You can practice sharing your story with your other Evo friends and family members. We're here, we'll listen, we'll help you. And that way you don't have to be afraid when you're sharing your story with someone else because we're here for one another and we're one great big family to help. So find you a family member to share your story with, practice it tonight, and then we will see you back here next week because we're going to have more things. Like I said, every Tuesday night, the Raw Squad and Friends has something new, something fresh, something to help you take your businesses to the next level. So we are again very grateful to Emily. Do me a favor, family. Jump in the chat box and thank her, show her some love for taking out the time to find this absolutely amazing nugget to share with us. To those of you that are family members that are in parts of the country that are affected by all this snow and cold, people without power and things of that nature. Again, our prayers go out to you. We want to make sure that everyone stays safe. And like I said, take advantage of this time tonight to work on your story because it is critical in the success and growth of your businesses. So, with that being said, we want to thank you again for joining us tonight. We will see you back here the same time next week. And this call is officially over.